What is up, everybody? This is Anthony with the VR Game Rankings YouTube channel, and we are back. It is Thursday. It is September 20th, and you know, we got a lot of stuff going on today. There are some different dates that we've gotten. Some different information is going on in the background. Interesting things to get into. We've got a lot of trailers, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm calling this Trailer Thursday, basically, because there's a number of new trailers, release dates, stuff like that. So we're definitely going to get into that a little bit today. But yeah, this was the Polish Paul video that we talked about yesterday. So, or a couple of days ago, we were talking about this Polish Paul. And so I tried this yesterday. This is the one VR game I did play. And the first day that I had played this, I used 2 Move controllers. And that was the wrong decision because I found the control to be awful, absolutely awful with 2 Move controllers. Now I figured out, okay, it's all about the aim. And then so I used the aim and I went into the actual multiplayer mode. And I was able to get into the multiplayer mode, even though I don't have PlayStation Network, you know, PlayStation Plus. I don't have PlayStation Plus, but somehow it let me in. It offered me like a 2-day free trial, which I think I already used that 2-day free trial a long time ago. Or maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I didn't, and that's why I got in. But anyway, I got into multiplayer, and I was playing this game, and I was using my aim controller, and I was talking to the other people that were playing. There was probably like 4 or 5 people that were all playing this game, and looks very much like this. And this is what we were doing. We were running around trying to shoot other people, trying to hide and do all those kinds of things. And I was talking about it, and I was saying, you know what? I feel like I'm moving in molasses. Like, this is so slow. It is painfully slow, the movement. And the guy was like, dude, you got to go into the options, turn your movement speed all the way to maximum. So I got into the options, turn the movement speed to maximum, and it's like a completely different day. It is like a night and day difference when you have maximum speed. Because if you just get into this honor and duty game and you don't know anything about it, when it first puts you in the game, it actually gives you these blinders where you're looking through a tiny hole. Like, the whole entire screen is black. It's got a little circle where it's showing you the game. It is the most aggressive blinders I've ever seen. And then it says that if you turn off these blinders, you might have motion sickness. And if you increase the speed, you might have motion sickness. Well, I turned off the blinders. I put the speed on max, and everything worked out well. And I was able to play the game fine. I was playing with my my aim controller. I was playing, you know, with the aim gun, controlling my guy, playing multiplayer, dying, living. The one thing that I did notice about this game, you have very, very limited ammo. There is hardly any ammo. And so you don't want to get into this game and just start shooting everywhere, because your ammo will be gone and you will be absolutely screwed and you'll run out of ammo real quick. I was dying all the time. I'm not very good at these multiplayer games, but graphically, it reminds me of Minecraft. It reminds me of Just in Time Incorporated, which is already kind of cribbing off of Minecraft, right? And it kind of has this very simplistic graphical style, but it's very onward, you know, it's like a little Call of Duty kind of game, and there's a lot of people playing, and it's completely free right now. I don't know when we're going to have to pay money for this, but basically what I'm saying, bottom line, if you have a PlayStation VR, you should probably try this out. Try this out for a little while. But guess what, folks? Accounting is coming to all the platforms.
Hurry. It's coming out soon to HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and PSVR. Knock, knock. Who's there? More levels on all the systems. Also, Switch version. Come on, Reggie. Yeah, give us the money. I'm money guy. It's Accounting Plus. It's coming out soon to HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and PSVR.
All right, there it is. So Accounting
Come on,
Plus.
please. You gotta buy it.
Turn this down a little bit.
They're gonna hurt me.
So Accounting Plus is coming to the HTC Vive and to the Oculus Rift. It was already available on PlayStation VR, but I guess what they're going to do here is they're adding some additional things even to the PSVR version. Do we have a price for this? Do we have a date for this? I don't know. All I've seen was I heard about that there was this trailer. So I didn't see a price or a date. Let me see.
Also, Switch version. Come on, Reggie. Yeah, give us the money. Money
Nintendo
guy.
Switch, yeah. Their trailers are kind of crazy.
We're home wrecking this game. We're the home wrecker game. It's Accounting Plus. It's coming out soon to HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and PSVR.
Yeah, so not a lot of information there, but Accounting Plus will be making its way to the HTC Vive and to the Oculus Rift. And I guess the question really for Vive and Rift players, we've already played regular accounting. You know, we've played regular accounting. And right here, Test Room says, so Accounting VR goes from basically 13 minutes to 3 times bigger, which equals 39 minutes. Very well. And so, yeah, that's the question. What kind of a price are we going to look at for this? I'm guessing, like, I would guess probably like $14.99 or something. Let's check this out. This is Arca's Path VR. We did get official release date for this, so let's go ahead and check this one out. Kind of like Marble Madness.
Arca's Path is a ball rolling game in VR in which you navigate levels and a lot of different challenges using your gaze to direct the ball around the environment.
The team have worked together to build this really simple, accessible game mechanic.
You play it simply using your head to control the ball as it moves through a variety of environments.
What's really unique about Arca's Path is that we've taken what would typically be quite an abstract game, but we've really tried to give it a lot of life and a lot of character.
The world crumbles around you, it becomes more broken, it becomes more glitched, and because of that, the world becomes more difficult as well.
We wanted to make something that was just really engaging, but that everybody could play.
All right, so that is December 4th. So that has locked in with a December 4th release date. This is Arca's Path. I believe Rebellion is publishing the game. Rebellion, but they're not actually the developer of the game. This is Arca's Path coming on December 4th. Now, the question we get to this, though, is do you guys like games that are locked to your head? Because I usually don't. Like, I usually don't like a game that is, I don't like head look games. And I know that it kind of makes sense with this game because you're controlling this ball, and so you're going to look wherever the ball goes, and so head look kind of makes sense for this, but I still don't like head look. Simon Jones says, looks more suited to a mobile VR game. Yeah, I mean, this looks like an Oculus Go game. Like, this looks like this would be really... Dream Reality Interactive, by the way, is the developer. Dream Reality Interactive is the developer. But this looks more suited to an Oculus Go with the headlock type of deal. I don't know if the ball, like, can you hit a button? Does the ball jump up? Do you have a little bit of jump, or is it all physics based? The one thing I will say, though, is we're looking at these visuals here, right? And the visuals don't look that impressive. But I have a feeling that when you're in VR, I think these visuals are going to look good. And you can see what they're saying about this game. they're basically saying this is the chill game. If you want to relax, if you want to chill, you know, if you just want to take 20 minutes out and just kind of relax and roll this ball around these incredibly colorful, surreal worlds, probably some really cool background music is going on. Arca's Path VR coming on the 4th of December. This is a game, I've been following this game for a long time, and I'm looking at the Steam page over here, and the developer is Digital Load. But I can tell you, if you go to VR Game Rankings, the developer isn't Digital Load. It was like Espire 1 Entertainment LLC or something like that. And so they obviously changed their name, I'm guessing, to Digital Load. Tripwire Interactive has picked this up in terms of the publishing duties. So they obviously see something here, and it does look like this game has really improved. It is trying to go for that stealth idea, which we did get some of that with budget cuts, but this is much more military Sam Fisher like, you know, Metal Gear Solid. They're kind of trying to give you that feel for it.
Every action for the first time in VR, agents experience full freedom of movement without motion sickness.
Yeah, I don't know about like having this announcer talk this entire time during this little trailer.
Together, we will redefine espionage.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, looks pretty cool. It looks like it has improved in leaps and bounds over the stuff that I saw a long time ago. But now this is a 2019 game. I think we were expecting this game to come out around November or something like that. So this is obviously being pushed back a bit. But it definitely looks better. It looks improved. Tripwire would not be getting involved with this if they didn't think it was really good. So this is probably going to be a pretty good VR stealth game to keep our eyes on, absolutely. I believe I have a couple other trailers actually, or at least one more trailer to do. Yeah, there's a game called Subject 264. I believe this is really, really indie, like very indie. But I'm going to throw this on. Let's check it out. Let's see what this is all about. Did they really have to show that little baby at the end there? Yeah, that is definitely a horror game. This is absolutely a horror game. Subject 264. And you can tell by looking at this trailer that it's definitely indie. You know, this is kind of a rough indie game. You can just tell by the titles of the trailer and stuff that they basically made their own trailer here, which is perfectly fine. But you know what? As I'm watching this, I'm thinking about Oregon Quarter, and Oregon Quarter is freaking awesome. Oregon Quarter is badass, in my opinion. I feel like Oregon Quarter is a really, really, really good horror game that really immerses you in this oppressive, just downer of a world, just a very depressing environment, a bleak environment. And I feel like Oregon Quarter really makes you feel like that. And I kind of get a little bit of Oregon Quarter from this trailer. So Subject 264 It definitely indie, definitely probably not extremely polished, but I still think it looks pretty cool here. So, you know, we got to keep our eyes on this. Now, you can see some teleportation there, but in the options, you might be able to possibly turn on free locomotion. We got to hope. And then, did they really need to show the little baby in the fridge? Because that is kind of harsh right there. But this is coming from Virtual Guys. Virtual Guys. Now, come on. Could have maybe had a better name than Virtual Guys. I mean, there's Disruptive Penguin. They could have been Disruptive Penguin. Instead, they decided to be Virtual Guys. So I'm going to look up Subject 264 real quick on Steam. I just want to see if I can get a little bit more information on this. But yeah, it looks like an indie-ass indie game, but you know what? I'm a fan of indie-ass indie games. And this comes out next Tuesday, too. This comes out next Tuesday. So let me bounce over here. This is the Steam page for it. You can see right here. Look at Subject 264 Virtual Guys. This is a very generic logo, guys. Come on. Pay somebody $5 to make a better logo than that. But Virtual Guys, this is the developer, September 25th. So we're talking next Tuesday. I guess this was a Kickstarter game. This is... people back this on a Kickstarter. I mean, the one thing I will say here, it does give me an Organ Quarter kind of a vibe. And if it's half as good as Organ Quarter, look at these interiors. These interiors look kind of cool. Like, I think these interiors look pretty good. If it looks anything like, although this room, I mean, how empty can your room be? You know, you got a few paintings on the wall. This is a great VR room, right? It's nice and empty so we can play. Oh, here's another nice empty room for VR. More empty rooms. And there's a very empty room as well. This looks kind of bizarre. But yeah, that is Subject 264. I think it looks kind of cool. I'm certainly slightly interested in it. Hopefully it keeps its price low. Now, again, you want to talk about timing. That is bad timing. Has anybody tried this? It's called Redway Manor. And basically what it is, it's choose your own adventure. It's kind of like this interactive, it's like a little interactive story that you're playing. A choose your own adventure thing, and there's a lot of this stuff that is available on the Oculus Go, and I think it's kind of interesting. So this story is about these people. They're working for some really high-end tech company where they're like implanting something in your actual brain that will augment your outside reality. So it's kind of like what Elon Musk is supposedly working on, basically turning you into some kind of cyborg where you will have Google and all this stuff that's like built into your brain, and you'll be able to augment regular reality, and then something goes wrong, and there's like some murder or something is going wrong here, and things are flickering in and out, and it's really weird, man. And so the acting is not very good. That's the problem here. The acting, like anybody that has tried this, the acting is pretty bad. But see, I'm somebody that I played all these Sega CD games way back in the day. I played Night Trap. I played Sewer Shark. I played Double Switch, Ground Zero Texas. There were all these different full motion video games. Night Trap, where you're kind of doing almost like a choose your own adventure thing, and it's using full motion video. It's using real actors. Well, that's kind of what they're doing on Amaze 3D. These are actually like games. Like, dudes, I think if you guys have an Oculus Go, Tomcat Alley, there's Main Fan helping me out with some old full motion video games. But what I'm talking about here is, if you guys have an Oculus Go, go into Amaze 3D and try some of these like interactive murder mystery things that are going on. Dating simulators. They got a lot of weird stuff, but I honestly believe that the future of storytelling is going to be highly interactive. Check out the website, all those good things, and I will be back. Of course, tomorrow is Friday, and I will be back at 11 a.m. on Friday. See you guys then. Take it easy. Later.